Hey guys, it's Athena. Long time no video. I have been really yearning to do a video lately, but I haven't been able to decide on a topic. There are several things that I'm in the process of finishing up before I share with you, so I didn't want to jump the gun too early to talk about those. And I feel like I've done a lot of haul videos lately, and I know a lot of people are like me and they enjoy haul videos, but I also didn't want this to become like the shopping channel. So I'm not going to share any hauls today other than one little lovely purchase that I have acquired this week, and it is this. Oh, do you see the author? I am excited about it. When I first saw that Arwen had published a book, I definitely considered buying it, but at the same time, I'm not trying to write a book, and this is 33 days to finish your book. Since I'm not writing any books, I thought, oh well, it doesn't really apply to me. But then Amber shared this on her recent video and said it's also good for achieving other goals and finishing other projects. I thought, okay, sold! So there it is. It's available on Amazon. It's not expensive. It was less than $12. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I was struggling with deciding on a topic, and I decided I would love to participate in another fun tag that has been going around. It was put out, I don't know, a week or two ago by Roller Derby Witch. I heard of her through Ravenflower's channel, but this is called the Grumpy Witch tag, and its purpose is not a rant tag or let's talk about negative crap. It's for fun. It's 10 questions. I don't think I have an answer for all of these, but I'll answer the ones that I can. I will also include the link below to Roller Derby's channel, and I'll also include the questions. So here we go. Are you ready? The Grumpy Witch tag. Question number 1. Do you have a least favorite time of year magically? I do. I'm discovering that summer is my least favorite time of year, magically speaking. I can't see the moon during summer from my sacred space. I can't go out there and sit under the stars and see the moon because of all the leaves on the trees, which I love, of course. It's funny because I love summer. I love summer. So I'm not saying I don't like this season. I very much do. But there are several parts of summer that, for me, take away from my connection a little bit to Earth. Hello, come on over. My little sweetie's here. Hello. There's my Luna. Look, look, look. Hi. Lovely lady Luna. Don't nibble on me. Yes, say hi. Do you see the cutie? Okay, go play. Usually I feel at my most magical when I can be outside. I don't do a lot inside. Now I will say when I cast spells I do that inside, but the bulk of my spiritual practice is outside. And during the summer months I don't like it outside as much. The moon is hidden, the mosquitoes are rampant, and people are out more. You know, even late in the evening, there's always people outside. I swear, we have teenagers in our neighborhood who are still shooting off fireworks. They started in June and they're still shooting off fireworks. It's not as bad as it was on the actual 4th of July, but I feel like it's always busy. And so summer is my least, with this one exception. When I'm lucky, I get to go to the beach. A week from today, we hit the road for our week-long beach trip. So that is definitely hella magical for me. I cleanse myself when I get in the ocean, dive through the waves. I talk to the ocean. I love that you can talk to the ocean and no one around you can hear you. And I cleanse myself. Usually I bring back a lot of sand and water, but I was cleaning out my cabinet up here recently and I got a lot of ocean water, so I don't know that I'm going to bring back more. Question number 2. Is there an herb that you don't like working with or never seems to work in your practice? No. However, I could definitely say that I've tried growing and keeping alive various herbs, and many of them don't stay alive. So far, knock wood, I'm having better luck with the newest rosemary plant I bought. And I can keep lavender alive, but it doesn't bloom. Once those flowers fall off, it's just the leaves. Now, the leaves smell wonderful, can be used magically. So it's not that the herbs aren't working for me. I am just not super awesome at... My cat is going crazy. I'm just not super awesome at working for them. And number 3. Is there a stone or crystal that you don't like working with or never seems to add anything to your practice? I can't say that there's ever been a stone I don't like. I don't have any negative reactions towards stones. I've heard people who have issues with jet or issues with malachite. I think I'm probably not as sensitive towards stones as other people are. And so that can be for good or for bad. And so there's no stone that gives me a problem. I will say, I think it was when I slept with red jasper. I had a lot of nightmares. But I don't dislike red jasper. I just noticed it brought up a lot of nightmares. I have a ton of clear quartz, and I like it fine, but I guess it's probably... I hate to even say it's my least favorite, because it's not. I feel like it is the amplifier to all my other stones. So I've never carried just a clear quartz on me. So maybe that's it. Normally, no, I'm not wearing my clear quartz right now. But even when I wear clear quartz earrings, I usually have a pendant with another stone. I'm always carrying something. Yeah. I've never met a crystal I didn't like. Okay, number 4. Is there anything that bothers you about your deity or your practice? There's nothing that bothers me about my deity. As of right now, my deity is Gaia or any kind of earth goddess, and the moon also. I don't know if that's going to be Diana or someone else, but the earth would be my number 1 deity right now. Nothing about her bothers me. My practice, I guess the thing that bothers me is just myself, that I think about my practice every single day, but I wouldn't say I do something in it even close to every single day. Maybe one thing that bothers me is there is so much I want to know. I've learned loads in the last 5 years, but there is so much more I want to do. My ADD self, which I've been legitimately diagnosed with, so I'm not using that term just flippantly. My ADD self has a very difficult time focusing in on one aspect. I want to know everything about everything. At least, just like this year alone, I want to learn Reiki. I want to work with my ancestors better and feel like I'm connecting. I want to learn more about tarot. I want to learn more about herbology. I want to be able to raise plants and have a witchy garden. I want to learn more about making tinctures. I want to learn more about crystals. I feel like that's the one I have the most knowledge in, but my knowledge barely scratches the surface of what there is to know about crystals. And compared to people who are actually really knowledgeable, I would be like a second grader compared to someone with a doctorate. I guess what bothers me is just my lack of focusing. I know how to do these things. I know how to choose something and then just devote myself to that. I just don't do it. Number 5, what do you do when a spell doesn't work? I haven't had too much experience with this, luckily. I will say, when I did a love spell and ended up bringing in a really weird guy, this is a couple years ago, a really weird, obsessively gross guy. The spell worked, but had consequences and results I didn't want. So what do I do about that? I go back, I look at the spell, and I change some things, and I realize where I need to be more specific and less general. And you probably have heard that a million times with a lot of spells, especially when it comes to drawing in a person into your life, and not a specific person, but the kind of person that you want. And you can make a list of things. You want to be very specific within reason. You want to be very specific with the things that are important without being so ridiculous that, you know, he has to be 6'2", a Leo, have a 401, you know, it doesn't have to be that specific. I didn't include he needs to be mentally healthy. Some things that you just sort of take for granted that the universe would understand. It's good to be specific. And even with my sweetie from last year, he fit every single requirement I wanted, except I left out the part where I would feel attraction. So he was everything I wanted, except for I couldn't feel attraction to him. So when things don't work, go back, look at where you need to make some changes and make some changes. That's what I do when a spell doesn't work. Because I don't do a ton of spells. I probably do in a year, I don't know, 6. Yeah, maybe 6 in a year. But then again, it's easy to forget some, because like a sugar jar spell, I mean, that's easy to forget because I don't do a whole lot of pomp and circumstance with that. But all out, sit down and do all the steps, those spells, I do probably 6 a year. And I feel like they've always worked. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, number 6. Have you ever done a meditation or astral work that did nothing for you? And that's like 2 questions. I will say yes. I've never gotten anything out of astral work thus far. I'm not counting dreams because I don't have control over those right now, but I take them very seriously when I have, they're not lucid dreams, but when I have very meaningful kinds of dreams. But those, I feel like they happen to me. I don't feel like I make those happen. When I've tried astral projection a long time ago, we're talking, I might have been in 5th grade when I tried that. And I don't think I've really tried since then. I couldn't do it. So I haven't done any journey work or shamanic journey, anything like that. That part, I'll say, yes, I have not had results on that. But the meditation, I had some great meditations. I was making that a daily practice for, I don't know, a good 6 months. And then I kind of fizzled out working on that. I was using an app I've talked about before, Headspace. My membership for that expires in August, and I'm not going to renew it. I got a lot of benefit from it. There were many mornings where I felt like it didn't take or it didn't work. But I never regretted trying. Even if I felt like my mind couldn't stop spinning and thinking and getting distracted, I still felt like it was a good practice to be still and silent for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and to just breathe deeply, because when I don't meditate, I don't go 10 minutes in the day with silence, ever. If I'm by myself, I have a podcast going, possibly a YouTube video going. Or I'm with my little one and we're always together talking and doing stuff. So with meditation, I would say, yeah, there were times I did it and I didn't feel super satisfied with it, but I never regretted it. And it did calm me down and it did help me feel a little more peaceful. So, yay. Number 7, is there an element that just doesn't work for you? I can't think of one. I really can't. I can't ever think of a favorite element, because every single element, when I think of it, I think that's my favorite. No, there's not. I don't have an answer to that one. Every single element I get something out of and I treasure. Number 8, how do you get out of a witchy rut? Personally, I guess it depends on what you mean by witchy rut. If I am so distracted by life that I almost forget about that whole side of my life, then I try to immerse myself in the things that got me into this path in the first place. Or, if nothing else, I re-listen to some of my favorite books or my favorite podcasts that are witchy in nature. Or I re-watch, again, Magicians or Harry Potter or anything. I also try to carve out some time, almost put it on the calendar and plan for it. If I know I'm going to have 30 minutes on a Friday or something, then I plan ahead. What am I going to do with that 30 minutes? So that I don't wait until I'm sitting there and then don't know what to do and then it's over. So I will plan ahead and I might do some connecting. I think I could meditate again, or I could just get my hands in all my stuff. Sometimes I get a lot of joy out of organizing my cabinets or my books. These cabinets are full of stuff, and so sometimes I like to just open up all the doors, start pulling the stuff out, cleaning things up, maybe using stuff, discarding stuff, rebottling things, and just getting my hands on it. It makes me feel good. I always buy those spell a day books you get, like Llewellyn sells. I don't read them daily, but I'll pull those out and catch up where I haven't read it in a while and maybe pick something in there. They have a lot of their things are really quick, easy things you can do, and just doing some stuff helps. These books, I've got some good stuff in there. Number 9, how do you deal with life getting in the way of your practice? I feel like I kind of already answered this a little bit, but honestly, that happens a lot, more in the school year. I have to prioritize. I have to focus on getting stuff accomplished that I've been procrastinating on with work or whatever big obstacle is in the way. I'm learning to go ahead and get it done early rather than wait. And then that usually energizes me because I'm so excited that it's done and I feel happy that I suddenly have energy and want to do something. But if that's not applicable, then either getting up earlier or staying up just a little bit later when the house is quiet and I have some time, and reconnecting, even if it just means lighting a candle on my altar and sitting in front of it and meditating and breathing a little bit. Just taking a moment. It kind of goes along with that whole meditation thing. Just taking a moment to get quiet. It helps me reconnect. And question number 10, when you have all these negative feelings about your practice, what do you do? See, I think that's kind of a tricky question because I don't know if any of that stuff is negative feelings. I don't really have negative feelings towards my practice, but when I do, I guess the short answer is I do something. I don't lament and stew and think about how bad I feel about things. I've learned that wallowing never helps. I do something. I dust off a book. I read a little bit. I re-engage myself. When I feel negative, I fix it. Take a salt bath. Soak in that salty bath for a while. I've been using one of the bars of the Samhain soap from witchy bear. I know it's not Samhain, I don't care, but I don't use it daily. But I have been using, since he gave me 3, I have been using one. And when I do, I am deliberately enjoying it and thinking about it and letting it cleanse me. Not that it's asking advice, but I feel like my advice for anyone who is feeling stuck or negative or stale, do something. Do something different. Big or small. Don't keep doing the same old thing every day. What is that? If nothing changes, nothing changes. You gotta change something. Alright, well that's the end of that. I would love for other people to participate in this tag. I'm curious to see what other people have to say. It is kind of fun to think about the flops of life instead of just how everything's always so perfect, and to get real and get honest about things. Because here's the thing, failure isn't really a failure. It's results. It is learning. Well, that didn't work, so let's make some changes. Failure is not the end. So if something doesn't work, you don't throw in the towel and give up and hate yourself. That is not going to work. You feel bad for a minute, let yourself feel the crap, and then move past it. Make some changes. That's how I handle any of the negative crap in life. I don't wallow in it or marinate in it. I feel my way through it and then start fixing things, start changing things, start reaching for help. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, guys, if you are watching this, I tag you, and I can't wait to see some video responses and see your answers. Have a lovely day. Take care of yourself. Peace.